The Simpsons season has been out for a few days now, and many are saying that this is one of the best seasons that Epic have ever given us. And to be fair, I agree, this season is honestly a blast. When first hearing about the Simpsons season earlier in May this year when everything was leaked, the whole community was skeptical, like how would this work and how would this affect the Fortnite storyline? Well, just like Fortnite Remix, we presumed that this Simpsons season will have absolutely no storyline whatsoever. However, we were wrong. Very wrong. This new Fortnite Simpson mini-season has tons of storyline, and it is really good. And surprisingly, it is a straight continuation from where we left things off in Fortnite Chapter 6. And in this video, I'm gonna be explaining all of the new lore and storyline behind the Fortnite Simpson season, also known as Fortnite Chapter 6 Mini-Season 2. Before I get into it, please like this video and subscribe to my channel for more storyline content like this. But yeah, let's grab our pink donuts and jump straight into Springfield. Well, actually, we gotta go back to last season when Kang and Kodos arrived on the Fortnite Chapter 6 island. Kang and Kodos are two green aliens, and they fly around in a UFO, always looking for new places to conquer. They came across Reality 783, the Chapter 6 island, and they were very intrigued by it. Snooping on us and the battle bus, they tried to be sneaky about it, because Kang and Kodos were planning their next big invasion. At the same time, right beside creepy camps, a cartoony tree started to grow. It would develop by the day, eventually becoming a tree house, with even a TV inside. The TV would show pretty cryptic frames from The Simpsons reality, but it would also show this image, which is not related to The Simpsons whatsoever. 4 dots, which look like to be eyes just staring at you from space. Pretty chilling stuff. To make things worse, 0 point energy was starting to flow around this new cartoony tree, as Bart Simpson's treehouse from Springfield just randomly showed up on Oninoshima. To make things even more better, the 0 point energy started to interfere with the access point to the spirit realm. Yes, the one that we had been tampering with in the storyline quest. And well, the true mastermind villain of Chapter 6, the Dark Presence, was attempting to breach by this access point onto Oninoshima. As this was going on, Kang and Kodos were of course just flying around, causing shenanigans like they always do. But yeah, Hope and Jones knew what to do in a situation like this. They used the rift gun to close this portal, and that was actually successful. The portal closed. Well, only for about 10 seconds. When the Dark Presence attempted to breach again, and this time the portal was wide open for him. And that's when the demon walked through, revealing its multiple tentacles and its 4 glowing eyes. The veil between this world and the spirit realm was now beginning to shatter. This was the Dark Presence that we had been waiting to see for almost a year now. And as it's getting closer to the surface, it just slaps us, only to be sent into a cutscene of Hope and Jones fighting this Dark Presence, where here we do actually get a much better look at it, as the cutscene is in the style of a Simpsons cartoon. They were not actually cartoon when this happened, by the way. But yeah, this Dark Presence really attracted Kang and Kodos, and I mean really attracted them. So the two aliens decided to help this Dark Presence by shooting at Hope and Jones and then abducting them into their UFO, where they all had a pretty silly fight. And that's when Hope managed to gain control of this UFO. And with it, she started firing at this dark presence, but that is when the dark presence just grabbed the UFO and widened the access point. But that is when Jones noticed that a giant 0-point shard is connected to this dark presence. And as the demon was preparing to chuck the UFO into the wormhole, Hope quickly targeted the tractor beam towards this shard and managed to abduct a tiny piece of this shard as they were being chucked into the access point. So, yay, after almost a year, Hope and Jones now have their hands on a piece of the 0-point shard. Right now, though, however, they are flying through an extremely dangerous intergalactic wormhole, creating a giant sense of panic, but Hope was calm. They just need to get back to the island. But this is just where things get messy.
I can redirect the wormhole to send us safely home to Springfield. Stand back. Wormhole calibration is an incredibly delicate task. Recalibrate! Recalibrate!
No! We have to go back to the island!
Springfield!
Island!
Springfield!
Island!
Springfield!
Island!
Springfield!
Island!
Springfield!
Island!
Springfield!
Island!
Springfield?
Island?
Warning. Multiple realities have merged in a cynical brand mashup.
Wow. Springfield Island.
As the recalibration was kept switching between Springfield and a Battle Royale island, a cynical brand mashup was made, causing some realities to merge together. And this created a small Battle Royale island based off of Springfield, from The Simpsons reality. And this new island was just a Springfield Island, also reality UN-138. So it's a completely new reality, but that is when a battle bus collided with the UFO, causing the UFO to blow up, and Kang and Kodos were now stuck on the windshield of the bus. Hope and Jones made it out, however, they dropped the 0-point shard from this collision, leading the shard to then crash land onto the Springfield Island. And if only Hope and Jones knew where it would end up, in the house belonging to the Simpsons family themselves.
Stupid remote, probably out of batteries like an inconsiderate jerk.
The radio is saying if you find a glowing shard, call the police. It's alien, uncontrollable, immensely powerful, and deadly.
Something powerful and something. A lot of power, all right.
Homer had just merged this wanted 0-point shard with a TV remote. And with this 0-point shard TV remote, Homer Simpson kinda has unlimited power. Like, he can spawn in anything and just edit anything he likes. And with this new power, Homer wants to turn Springfield into a paradise. He goes off to tell his friend Mo about his vision, who has a bar. And this is after Homer made some major improvements to Springfield with this remote.
Be a frosty mug of sugar, Mo. Making a town perfect is thirsty work.
Yeah, Homer, I swore I'd rip off my own head before ever saying this, but on the house, I love that now my toilet has a never-ending supply of toilet paper.
I got lots of great ideas. You ever look up at the sky and think, if the moon is made of cheese, why can't it be melted on giant nachos?
Don't get too showy, pal. Some out-of-town dungballs have been looking for you. They say that shardamajig is dangerous.
Ah, don't let them know I'm here.
Yeah, don't worry. I kept them busy with one of your little, improvements.
Hey, these snacks you gave us are moving.
Yeah, they're self-feeding pretzels, huh? Open your mouth, they walk right in.
Jump away!
So yeah, Hope and Jones are looking everywhere on Springfield Island for this 0-point shard, bringing us into the Simpsons season itself. The son of Homer, Bart Simpson, has built himself a new mech body, which he controls, and it's used for armor and battle. It's very similar to Kit. However, Bart still does what he's best at, causing shenanigans and spray painting El Labato around the entire new Springfield Island. Instead of Fortnite, Bart likes to call it Fortnite. Homer's daughter, Lisa Simpson, is also in a new mech suit this season as well. However, hers is much more advanced than Bart's. But yeah, the whole Simpsons family of Homer, Marge, Lisa, Bart, and Maggie are at Evergreen Terrace, where their house is. And there are tons of hidden details and Easter eggs in this house from the show. In fact, there is Simpsons Easter eggs all over the new map, like genuinely all over. Epic really went all out. A majority of the POIs on Springfield Island are owned by Mr. Burns, who is not yet a skin in the game. But he does have his hounds patrolling his locations and specific areas. Right next to the Simpsons house is Ned Flanders. And who doesn't love the stupid, sexy Ned Flanders himself? Now, this season, Hope and Jones are at the Donut District, where the two need to lock the actual hell in with finding this 0-point shard. Because they need it to go back to the Chapter 6 island, as yes, it is still out there, and it is still being invaded by the Dark Presence. It was only us, Hope and Jones, and a few other loopers who were sent to Springfield Island. Characters such as Daigo, Kendo, Onyx Winter, Morgan Mist, and pretty much all the other main Chapter 6 characters are all still stuck on the Chapter 6 island with the Dark Presence itself. And who knows what the Dark Presence is doing to the island right now, but whatever it is, it must not be good. And again, to get back, Hope and Jones need the 0-point shard so that they can then face the Dark Presence itself and hopefully defeat it for good. But that's gonna take a bit of time now that they are here. I'm worried if we don't find our way back soon, things will get very, very dangerous. I think we are seeing what happens when a shard falls into the wrong hands. And I'm worried our enemies are taking notice. It didn't take long for Hope and Jones to find out that the person with the 0-point shard power right now on Springfield Island is Homer Simpson. And Hope and Jones are really not fans of all the reckless decisions that Homer is making right now. When confronting Homer, he says, "You want me to give up this power? It hasn't even gone to my head yet. Although, perhaps there's something you could do to make it worth my while. There's been talks of a new squishy flavor in town. Bring it to me and we have a deal. And then once I'm properly fortified with squishy, I demand an audience with the mayor. We pick up this squishy from the Quickie Mart and we give it to Homer, who then makes us raise our concerns. But by this, he just means making a whole mess at the town hall. Meanwhile, Hope instructs us to be sneaky and investigate the Simpsons' house in search for the 0-shard remote. However, that is not at the house right now. But there is a ton of other normal TV remotes. Like, dude, what person needs this many TV remotes? Now, as we did all that stuff, we went back to Homer expecting him to give us the shard remote. However, that just did not happen at all. After further consideration, I've decided to keep the shard. It likes me, and I like it. This is my chance to give the people of Springfield the town they deserve. A town that is exciting and fun and delicious. So we did all of that for Homer just for nothing. Damn. Meanwhile, there are people being tortured on the Chapter 6 map by the Dark Presence. And all we need is that simple 0-point shard so we can go back and help them. But Homer's not planning to give it to us, as Homer sees a lot of speciality in it. He sees it as a friend. I get why people love him, but he will absolutely destroy us if we don't step in soon. It's not going to be easy to convince him to give up the shard, but we have to try. It's honestly crazy that Homer frickin' Simpson is being antagonized this season. I love it. But Hope is right. Homer Simpson really needs to give up that 0-point shard, because we need to get back to the Chapter 6 island, and we really need to deal with the Dark Presence, and the only way to do that is if we have the 0-point shard with us. But we'll get it back soon, we always do, and then that's when it will be time for 0 Hour, which is most likely the name of this season's end live event. Sorry, this chapter's end live event, because you need to remember that we are still technically in Chapter 6, just not on the Chapter 6 map. 0 Hour means an extremely planned operation, and well, this was mentioned in a teaser for Fortnite Chapter 7. This extremely planned out operation must be when Hope and Jones get the shard and then go back to the Chapter 6 island somehow, where we will properly confront the Dark Presence, and that's when I think we will even reunite with Daigo, who I think will sacrifice himself for Oninoshima and his siblings. But we're just going to have to wait and see. Until then, we will be getting more lore every week in this Simpsons season, as Hope and Jones progress to retrieving that 0-point shard from Homer, and of course, I'll keep you all updated. But yeah, guys, the writers and overall everyone on the Epic Games team absolutely cooked with this season, and the storyline is absolutely beautiful as well. Epic Games are really caring much more, and the fact that they are expressing that is amazing. Either way, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel for more content like this.